I say, is that Geralt?
Nobbing and biting.
Sir, come to me. My eyes were not deceived. Yet so far south. You...
Me. South in all my fame.
Oh, I've heard so much. Why, when Master Dandelion tarried in Beauclair...
Yeah, unwelcome little habit of his. But, what can I do for you?
You see, my betrothed, Francois Le Goff, vowed in my honor...
Couldn't have gotten you a bouquet, some sweets in a bag?
Witcher, sir, you jest. A love most true demands... But alas, Francois has been gone a fortnight.
This Grotore. Know anything else about it, mademoiselle? Judging by the name, guessing it lives in a cave.
Yes, from which it prowls when hungry. By night, when all are asleep, it creeps in.
Nocturnal. Long prehensile arms. Intelligent.
Francois claimed he would cut the filth down in a snap. But he's been...
Rarely my wont to turn down a damsel in distress. Even less so when there's a... prize involved.
Ah, naturally. Why, you, sir... Yes, that amount I am prepared to pay.
Do my damnedest to get your fiancé back safe and sound. Just, mind telling me where to look for him?
I forget you come from afar and do not know our land. They...
That close to the city? Telling me no bold souls have ventured out to defeat the beast?
Quite the contrary. Plenty have, but none's returned.
I see. All right. High time I set off.
Man's root for lust is the point of all evil.
Do you like it?
Slow now.
We return to traditional values and norms.
Let's go.
Do monsters have mamas and papas?
Run, Roach. Human. Hollow inside. Marrow's been sucked out. Rusty armor. All the remains of the last thrill seeker to make it out here.
Halt, Master. A beast lurks in there.
Right. Expected as much, 'cause I...
Shh, quiet, before you wake it. Come, I've camped nearby. We shall talk there. What do they call you? What's your crest? Speak!
Name's Geralt. No crest, no motto, no plumed helmet even. I'm a witcher. Francois Le Goff, I presume. Your betrothed sent me.
Well, indeed, for...
Takes 2 weeks, that?
I have tarried a bit, true, but the...
Wouldn't happen to need any help, would you?
I...
Deposit the beast's head at your beloved's feet. No mention of you killing it all by yourself, though.
All in all, But I should be the one to lop off its head.
We gotta kill it first. Strange. No sign of Gretori.
Perhaps we should turn back? If there's no beast, there's no beast. Damn shame, but we tried.
Not so fast. Let's take a look around. Impressive. You'd think you were in a winter garden. Cradle filled with children's shoes. Doubt I've ever seen a collection this grotesque.
Thy will be done.
Let's go.
We shall long bear the scars of that witch's visit.
All is in order.
God's money. Knees ache something horrible.
That's it, Roach.
Here in Beauclair, all's right and fair.
Afraid I've got bad news. Sir Le Goff fell in combat.
Just as Gran always said, true love.
So, about my reward. Didn't manage to save his life, true, but I did.
Reward? I mourn the lost.
Run, Roach. Move it.
Nothing to see here. Move along. Patrolling on an empty stomach. I'm going to guess this, champion.
Banquets and wine are rather suitable.
Let's go. Go, go.
You're all weak on boobs. Oh, lot.
Come on, Roach.
Long live the king.
Take it easy.
Going on my thing. Welcome, my good.
Need a bit of grooming. My time's up. So long.
On my thing. Cheap and thorough.
The gods have sent the beast as punishment!
Punish. Nice.
on water. Just like...
Like who?
like a pond skater. Who are you thinking? Hey, happen to know how the hell I can walk on that water?
Naturally, I know. Since time immemorial have...
What's so extraordinary about it? I mean, besides the fact that you can walk on its surface.
A sword. Most wondrous lies in its depths. I watch over it. The blade may be grasped solely by one who possesses the 5 chivalric virtues.
Folk call me a lot of things, but virtuous? I don't know.
Yet I do know. For I know who you are. You are a man of honor. Of humble means yourself. You showed your valor is the stuff of legends. To acquire the sword, you must first convince me you... During your time in Tucson, you can prove these...
Someone, please!
What's this about?
Monsters! Monsters there, in the cave!
We managed to flee, but Hugo remains inside.
Hugo?
Our brother! Help us find him! We'll pay you for your toil.
post that notice about an escort?
Yes, we did. And not with...
Fools we were. We'd have done better to show patience.
Noticed what attacked you?
There was no time. We ran for the exit.
So, monsters crawl out of the ground?
I suppose.
Why do you even go in there?
We lost our way.
Mistake that cave for the high road?
By the hair on my chinny chin chin, what diff? Will you go in after him or not?
I could look into it, but it'll cost you.
How much would you take?
A reasonable price.
Fine. I'll look for him. You two stay out here. Fresh blood on the blade. Weapon was Hugo's, maybe. Blood trail. Could be Hugo's wounded. Warm and damp. Kikimores prefer cooler environments. Probably why they keep their distance. You, Hugo? Your brother sent me.
Ja! Deserts! Scoundrels!
Not a brigand. I'm a witcher. And your brothers sent me to help you.
No!
Whoa, slow down. What's this about?
I'm Hugo Monau. Before he passed, my brothers and I... He broke his still down into its parts. When my brothers learned my part, the last, was hit, we argued, fought.
What about the missing part? Find it?
No, I know only that I feel awkward to ask.
Fine, I can do that.
But you must know,
Figured as much. Start producing cognac, I'll come by for a discount.
That, I promise you.
Wait here. Damn, water's hot. Get burned if I don't watch it. Could use some protection. Maybe Quen will work. found the missing part. Really hid that well, your father.
Oh, that's fantastic. Your pay. It is not much, I know.
Hold that. Now let's go. Brothers are probably getting antsy.
Wait, see there? My brothers. They've rounded up some thugs. They mean to attack me.
We don't know that.
Would you try to tell me it's a coincidence? That they return with an armed band? They've come for the last part of the still. They won't kill me for it. Please, you my only hope. Kill them. Elsewise, they'll kill me.
Kill your brothers? You want that?
Well, perhaps not them, but...
Not about to start cutting folk down because of a family squabble about some spare bit of machinery. We're going over there, and you're gonna settle this. Talk it out.
But, should they attack, you will protect me, will you not?
If they attack, unprovoked. Let's go.
Hugo! Are you well?
We were worried.
Why do I doubt this?
Listen, while you were in there, we realized this tiff is senseless, idiotic.
Lucian is right. We must bury this hatchet, work together as father wished it.
Claimed to come in peace. But then who are these men?
Hunters, who had made camp nearby.
You went in, were gone a long time.
All right, glad to see you've made up. Now I really need to get back to my own affairs.
Naturally. Your payment.
We thank you for your help. Should you ever find yourself near the Clever Clogs, you must stop.
Will do. So long.
God!
You Jacob?
Heel, Moholt! Down! Who asks?
A Witcher. Saw your notice.
Hold up. A Witcher, you say? Like, see, not a soul around believes...
Bit too old to believe in bedtime stories, aren't you?
Want your chops busted, Witcher? How old?
Fair point. Not my business what you believe, either.
Ha! I'm content we see eye to eye.
So what makes you think there's a girl cursed inside the tree?
Well, I came out with my dog, Moholt, to cut her down. My jaw dropped in the dirt. But right...
Don't tell me. From Herrera's Tales and Fables.
You talking bit. Second...
Guess she read it cover to cover, colophon included. Got me curious, gotta admit. You really think the old tales are true?
Taking the weepy, are you? Do you think me balmy?
No, it's just these are dark, grim times. No room for knights pure of heart or happily ever afters. So I don't often run into folk like you.
Yes, true, the times are crud pie. But I see this as all the more reason to remember the tales. My gran would say, if you know not what to do, think to the chessboard knight and noble Alondra, and the path they would. She schooled me so thorough in it.
Let me take a look at the tree.
Careful now.
Swear I hear sobs in the rustling leaves. Blood. Seeped from the direction of naturally judged by the shape of the stain. Looks like human blood, too. And the bark resembles hypertrophic scars in places. Medallions humming like crazy. Intense magic at work here. Logger was making good time. Strange, though. Willow's isolated. No other trees near it.
And? Did you look at the tree close?
Mm-hmm. Actually does bleed. Pretty incredible. Looks wondrous.
Did I not say so?
My help doesn't come free, you know.
You speak to a lowly wood... Lower, you must go... Agreed. I will pay.
Willing to help, but first I gotta figure out where to start.
No need. I know it all. Miss Daphne and Sir Gareth shared a terrible and... Before Sir Gareth set off for the hill, Miss Daphne gave him her kerchief.
Let me guess, he never returned.
He did not. She stood...
Till she sprouted roots and turned into a tree? Wonder why.
I will fecking tell you why. To await the moment when Gareth... So you must scale Link's Crag. Search there for a means to free Daphne.
matches. Hut looks inhabited. No sign of the dweller, though. Guess I'll look around. Liber Ivonis. Enclave of Nature's banned this tome. Warm. Smells inconclusive. No idea what ingredients are in there. Warm. Smells inconclusive. No idea what ingredients are in there. Notes on the use of yarrow stems. Interesting. Bones ground into dust. A wall of spell enhancements, or trophies. Arrow, broken in half. No doubt to bring bad luck to the archer. Doll looks like an accessory for casting curses. Branch off a grapevine. Could be to ensure a good harvest, or a bad one. Silk kerchief, monogrammed DF. Could use it to break the curse if it's Daphne's.
None but feral cats stray in here most oft. Yet it seems I've a guest from afar at that. What do you seek in my home?
Already found it.
You do not aim to lift the curse from the tree, girl, do you?
What if I do?
Then you had best know you waste your time. The old tales. Did your Nan not tell them to you?
The Lady's Knight. You ever make it here?
Sir Gareth. Yes. He came. He stayed a fair while. Then his conscience got the better of...
Might have resolved to, but never made it.
Tragic fate befell him along the way.
You have anything to do with this turn of fate?
Of course. Was I to let an...
What if I asked you nicely to lift the curse, please?
Gareth met the fate he deserved.
All right, so you didn't cast the curse, but could you help lift it?
I probably could. But why ever would I?
I'll humble myself, prostrate myself before you like the Gareth of the tale did. I beseech you to help me. Lift the curse that imprisoned Daphne in the tree.
When I saw you enter my heart, I thought... No. Stand. None. Not even I can restore to the lass the years she has... We cannot bring her back to life. But I shall tell you...
How can I know you won't use it to cast a spell on me?
I require this. I must, for with it I will cast a spell to conceal me.
I'll trust you against my better judgment. Lock of my hair's yours.
Splendid.
What do I need to do?
You must convince the maiden her beloved yearn to return. Take her silk kerchief and a fragment of Garrett's remains. Fire must consume the kerchief and remains.
Yeah. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome. And adieu. Once you walk out...
A knight's plate armor and some bones. Gareth's remains. These then. Wonder why the armor came apart. Magic? Gotta get back to the tree. Fall from behind. Lift the curse.
So, you met the witch?
That witch? She's not near as bad as folks say. Made me bow and scrape, sure. But I know some sorceresses witchier than her.
Joyous bleeding news, but what about Daphne?
I can lift the curse, free her, by performing a ritual, making a sacrifice of her kerchief and Gareth's remains. But we gotta start at the right time. When the hour comes, I'll light 4 fires for the 4 winds, then begin the ritual.
Fires? Then I shall be of use to you after all.
Chop as much as you can. I'll see to the rest.
I've chopped and stacked the wood. What now?
My turn. Gotta light fires and talk to the woman enchanted in the tree. No idea how this'll turn out, so just in case, stand at a distance. And if you see me draw my sword, run. Look your last to the world's 4 winds. From the south, not a word. From the east, no cry is heard. From the north, silence sighs. From the west, peer hollow eyes. Cease your vigil. Dead he lies. Hear me, you who hide beneath this bark. The day of your freedom has come. Behold a kerchief, proof of your love for another. Behold, a bone of he to whom you offered your love.
Gareth, my Gareth, he shall never return.
No, he won't.
Is his love for me gone? Did he stay true?
Gareth remained faithful to the end of his days.
The time comes that I depart. I've waited too long. I've suffered too much. And now I wish to go.
Farewell, milady.
I thank you, stranger. And you, my knight. I thank you for speaking to me, for standing vigil at my feet.
I did not think it would end this way. I hope...
Happily ever after doesn't often happen in life, sadly.
You did well. Here, your pay. And the book is yours as well.
Thanks. Take care of yourself.
So long, Witcher. I must think. Put this straight in my head.
I've sweat dripping down my bum furrow.
Hard on the nerves, eh?
Heard you calling. Wanted to talk?
I did, for we're neck deep in trouble.
Need a maid with a broom, not a witcher.
You fail to understand.
Not talking about spiders then. Talking about arachnomorphs.
Call them what you will.
First things first. Need to talk about my reward.
Not for now. I knew we would agree terms.
Arachnomorphs don't look much like bunnies, but they sure breed like them. Best nip the problem in the bud. I'll look into it.
You make mountains out of molehills, Vilna. That should be better than fine.
Yeah.
Find yourself some work.
Any tidings?
All taken care of. Went inside and cleaned up.
Thank the god.
Wine trade. Been at it for a while?
Not terribly long, to be candid. I apprenticed to...
Makes sense. And the world's always a bit more bearable on a buzz. Was looking to buy something. Maybe sell something too. Time I got back on the path. So long.
That Gwent will be the end of me. I've lost the game.
Fetch this empty dead. Sweep up here. Watch it.
Oh, blasphemy. Could I ever use a nap?
Faster. Come on, Roach. Go, go. That's it, Roach. Hey-ya! Sounds of a fight. Have to hurry. Giddy up. Damn it. Kelly must still be here. In the cellar. Gotta be. River muck. Carried the body in this cart. Claw wounds. From 5 separate claws. Spread of a small human hand. Killed with a single blow. Woman from the inn was wearing this coat. By man-like jaws, man-like, except for long fangs. Massacred by a vampire. Not an Ekimara, though, or a Fletter. Bruxa, gotta be. Busted ribs, blood from the ears. Took a solid hit. Black blood and moon dust. Could be lifesavers. Footprints. Small, bare feet. Lead deeper into the cellar. Fell down the stairs, broke his neck. Hurled against the wall with great force. Took a lot of strength to batter this down. You. Saw you at the inn. I know what you are. Don't know why you killed these people, though. Clearly wasn't for their blood. We don't have to fight.
You are wrong.
I cannot let you leave.
Stinks. Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought. Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins. Nilfgaardian florins, from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast. Body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this. Third hand. A spare? Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing? Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something. So, murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Pomeran to get me in to see the Duchess. Come on.
Ah, a professional. I like to trade with your kind. You actually appreciate quality workmanship.
What have you got there? What have you got? So long.
A courageous heart overcomes all.
Abercrombed and greft or fluted, whatever your heart's desire.
Let's see what you got in stock. So long.
Here, Master Witcher. Over here.
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Story's done. Go find your parents.
But the hammering. What about the story of Ritik and the dragon?
A tale's for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
Master Witcher, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Not always. Could go either way. Sometimes virtue wins, sometimes villainy gets the upper hand. Still worth being good.
But why? If it doesn't mean you'll win.
Palmer and story. Think back. A decent man attracts other good folk, makes friends he can count on. The rogue? Well, he can only count on other rogues. And who would you rather have for a friend?
A man of virtue?
I must agree. Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents. Her Enlightened Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
Lead the way. Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As we'll soon see.
Someone's gonna fight a Shelmar with only some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
Shouldn't torment the beast. How would you like to be dumped in an arena, blindfolded with a string of bells driven through your ass?
Pity a monster. You, a witcher?
I slay monsters who are a threat to humans. You're out to humiliate one to entertain a crowd. No knight will gain any glory from this. Who's going to fight the beast?
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah. Mentioned he'd promised his heart's capture a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Let's go.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
Got a bad feeling about this. Damn it. We have to help him.
For honor! Onward!
The Witcher, in one mighty pound, give fight to the beast, its plans profound! The beast has been weighed by the gods! Dive, its razor strikes belly, Selma's cries ring aloud, blood transforms into jelly. Hermarin lies prostrate, he has breathed his last breath. Fight bravely, unto death! That Selma lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
It suffered enough.
The monster lies slain! The fight is done! Praised be the victors!
Forgive me. I am not as nimble as in my younger years.
You fought bravely. Thanks for your help. Guillaume.
The lad came damned close to dying.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly pains you. She approaches.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Your Grace. Shaelmars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Shaelmar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But whatever could he be? Come, we must find him. Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered. Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace. Witcher.
Greetings. Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsman handling the last victim's body...
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No. A Bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through a careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against signing the will. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards, both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and a sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. But Bianco, isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it not? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information. How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city, there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times, knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if the...
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
Honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Five virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came to espouse them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the fourth virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds...
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac-Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac-Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knight.
They were a team?
They were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to...
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure. Your Grace, we need to find Milton, immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare. hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game, at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the gardens searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses!
Your Grace!
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. Onward!
Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Your Grace seems right at home in a saddle.
비켜, 아이씨!
It's here! Just round the corner!
Hurry!
We must go to where the game is being held. The participants must find a unicorn's horn, a golden fish, and a phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too?
We've no other option, but time is of the essence, so we should have it. On second thought, through here. I shall show you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up. You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish, while I nab the phoenix egg. That will be quickest.
The unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It runs round over there, look.
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, Garrett. It's not a real fish. Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. You must simply dive in and find it. The golden fish and the horn both contain things or clues. All clear? Then let's get to it. With no time to lose.
아니요, 형님. 아, 연이랑 섹스한번 하고 싶네요.
Perhaps an apple will work. Or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast. We should try the sweets.
Hey, folks. Gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
Roach won't eat bread either, except if it's stale. Roach likes carrots. Maybe Unicorn will too.
This is an outrage. An outrage, I tell you.
It's against the rules.
What would you say to a delicious, crunchy carrot? Easy. Gardens are huge. Be better off on horseback. Move it! Come on. Open fish should be easy to spot once I'm under.
I must say,
What the blazes?
did someone just dive in the water? Perhaps that's the way to do it.
Sure, if you're a peasant.
Hey, it's important.
King Cormorant, sire, accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye, and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon is heaven, when a soul of...
A key.
Why, you bomb-botched wretch!
He ruined the game!
Disgraceful. What's new, Silverlocks? Looking for diversion?
The light is positively useless. She can't
Their mates are wooed with ease, yet every last one is free of disease.
I'm glad to see her illustrious grace summons.
If you please, Your Grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. All shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules. Geralt! At last.
Got a key and a clue.
And I've another. Show me yours. Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse, with a head of hard cheese.
Let's see. Groan. With ease gives us green, right? And mouse with the head of hard cheese. Greenhouse?
You're a genius. Several greenhouses in the gardens, indeed, but only one with burned locks, the key to which looks just like the one we found.
Greenhouse it is then. Let's go. Wait here.
What the butch?
What was that?
What the hell?
I'm here.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
Plenty. Even more of the guilty, though. You're next.
I think not. You see, I've something to do still.
More murders?
Just one. Not counting yours. to stay where you were. Regenerate!
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
I'll help myself!
No, he's my friend.
Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Regis? You all right?
All is well. All's in order. Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend. At least in human terms, that is.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear, having been rather spectacularly melted into a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened, it was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you.
Miraculous regeneration. How do you manage it?
I had help. From the one you hunt.
Him? How? And what have you been doing all these years?
Not the time nor place for such stories. I suspect...
So you being here, it's no coincidence?
Your powers of deduction seem to have waned not one bit. I'm happy. I came here for Detlaf. I fear he's become entangled. Landed himself in serious trouble.
So that's his name. He's your friend?
You might call it that. Though Detlaf is... How would you humans put it? More bestial than I am. But not to worry. I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one knight since I got here. At least 3 others before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Detlaf is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
Everyone's got their reasons, but he's crossed a line. Want him to stop, don't give a damn why he's doing it.
Perhaps you should. Motivations change the contours of all situations.
Mean to suggest Detlaf's killing out of some worthy, dire need?
I merely suggest he's not a bloodthirsty monster who murders simply for the joy of it. That's just not him. Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Detlaf, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and...
Awfully good of him. But do I need to know this?
Yes. So you'll understand Detlaf is no cold-blooded killer. I believe he's landed in some mess and he sees no way out.
What makes you say that?
Vilgefortz melted my body. Detlaf found what was left. As per our codex, he chose the latter. Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood.
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond...
Always had an overdeveloped sense of empathy.
Each vampire has a unique talent. In point of fact, he prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans.
Anything specific? Some set of things that'd be likely to set him off?
How should I say this? Detlaf doesn't understand men. Their world is ruled...
Suggesting he's maladjusted, venting his rage.
I'm suggesting maladjustment can at times breed
Gotta find him, before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then, just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head, yet your true task is to...
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you Detlaf is no monster.
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I'd prefer they not find me here. I've makeshift quarters at Mère Lachaise Long Cemetery. We'll meet there.
See you.
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged.
Stocks and the whip await those running riot.
When I think of those days of yore, ere fate had bound my life.
Those scars. That gaze. Just looking.
Going on my day. Welcome, my good.
Need a bit of grooming. My time's up.
On my ding. See, Panthara.
Want to play tag? You'd never catch me.
The gods have sent the
Hey-ya! That's it, Roach.
A Witcher. You could use one around here. Full time.
Whoa!
Every day the same. bread-smuddling wine. It's enough to drive you batty.
Welcome home, sir. I am Barnabas Basil Fawlty. I previously served with distinction at the Nibley family manor.
Whoa, Barnabas Basil. One thing you ought to know. I'm not your typical landed gentleman. Truth be told, this is the first real property I've ever owned.
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me.
Great. Can already see I'm in good hands. Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. Indeed, he never hesitated, not once. Never sliced Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his young... Sadly, misfortune struck, and he lost his sense first.
Shame that. He gave up making wine?
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild...
Mind giving me a little tour de Corvo Bianco?
Not in the least. Follow me, please. I think it would be practical to begin on the hill. Behold, sir, your estate in all its splendor.
Pretty vast.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you...
Been a major domo all your life?
Yes, I come from a long line of major domos. My father was a major domo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great-aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great-aunt?
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going, and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to major domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path.
The Dutch is small, but do you know any who's not heard of our wines?
The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays. Follow me, please. Follow me, please. Follow me, please. Follow me. Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
Eat something. Nourish
Watch
the
where
blood.
you traipse.
You knit color. You look horrid.
Down below lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days.
Did you hear about the monster that attacked the Cuturan estate? They say it slaughtered them all. Why? That's the rottiest rot I've
Nice
ever
well.
heard.
Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine. There's a tale about a guest attending a Bolius ball for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he nearly broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. he retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda. Follow me, please.
You smell that? Sir, be careful with
Sounds
you.
like an angry wolf.
Follow me, please. Monsieur Boleus's wife Nina kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation. Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
Follow me, please.
My fingers need to shreds.
I've worked up to my chin and I've caught some rot.
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
The Duchessa summoned the Witcher for more evidence. He's been sent to the houses.
Who would have thought? Knights training.
Why?
I work from dawn to dusk's last.
The cellars, voila. During Monsieur Boleus's time, wine was kept here, but Baron Grossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
Follow me, please. As you can see, the facade is, how to put it, slightly stained. But one cannot deny it, a certain subtle southern charm.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
Follow me, please. And welcome inside. On the left is the master bedroom. On the right...
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally furnished. Yet I believe we... With that, sir, you've seen the full lay of the land. If... Forgive me for being forward.
Think I'll take you up on that. Be sure to come and see you if I decide to do any remodeling. Mentioned the place could stand to be spruced up.
Almost decidedly, sir.
Been thinking about the outer walls. Maybe a fresh coat of paint or some patching.
If I might dare to make a suggestion, not only did the residence positively sparkle after...
It's in your hands then. Make the place shine.
I shall get to work immediately. Within a day's pub, highly skilled at what they do, it shall not take them too long, I wager. Is there anything else you require, sir?
Got these spacious grounds. But maybe it's time to make them more... useful.
Oh, yes. We certainly should. The way I see things, given your...
My armor needs work from time to time. You know, oil this, reinforce that. Could use a decent work table where I could do all that.
Admiral Rompali once had...
Good. Order me up a table like that.
Immediately, sir. I expect it will take at much... Will you be needing...
In my trade, my blades get dull pretty quick. Could use a grindstone, professional grade.
Of course.
Then send out for one, please. A high-quality stone to be set up at...
Of course. I shall send a runner to... Will you be needing a...
Know what? Changed my mind. Not in the mood to talk about redecoration today. But I wanted to ask you something else.
I shall be glad to...
Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before?
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt.
He was actually a...
No, he never said...
Shame.
Not at all.
Starting to real...
I agree.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon. compass, Basil?
Superbly, sir. General refurbishment has been in often use. The lab...
If you say I should see it, I'll go see it right now, BB.
A man who dare not down some red is a man whose wives like to thump his head.
Strange. Something behind this wall, I think. Laboratory. Must have been an alchemist at one time. BB, know anything about the laboratory in the cellar? One of the previous owners take an interest in alchemy?
A laboratory?
It is. It was walled up. Equipment's pretty ancient, too. Whoever it was sure knew their stuff, though. Got dragon glass vials and flasks, stills...
Forgive me, sir, but...
Just saying, it's top-notch equipment.
Then I am all the more...
Starting to really like this place.
As you wish, sir.
Feels like...
Indeed, momentum is best maintained once established.
Along the path I've often picked...
I agree. I understand.
Thinking about buying a comfortable bed. Always wanted one.
Excellent idea. I understand.
Along the path...
I agree. I understand.
Was wondering about the guest room.
Oh, but that is immaterial. I understand.
Let's put it...
Not the... How might I be...
Starting to really like...
As you wish.
Starting to get into...
What a splendidly wise idea.
You know, Roach, my horse? We've been through a lot to...
Oh, Ponder the note.
So...
Well, you're in luck, sir. The flower... Ponder the note.
That's...
Not the slight...
Diddly snaps! Went back to make something horrid!
I've worked up to my chin and I've caught some rot.
Every single lady keeps a devil somewhere shady.
A bottle of wine's enough for two, provided one's not drinking.
Run, Roach. Come on, Roach. If I'll find anything Merton left behind here. Notes in the journal suggest that straight out of prison, Merton went to the legendary cave. Lebioda was supposed to have hunkered down there once. That's my next destination. Go, go.
Slithering slick by the lick.
That's it, Roach. The cave Merton mentioned. Need to look around. Slips of paper all over. Prayer on each one. Maybe Merton left one too. There we are. Merton wrote a prayer on the back of the diagram. Seems he left the prison, came here, then went on to the temple. Come on, Roach.
useless champion.
The guard brings peace to our domains.
Temple Merton wrote about seems like. Should look around. Might find something interesting. Spectre in a place like this? Someone must have woke some poor fellow up. Spirit can't rest in peace. Spirit won't rest in peace until I bury the remains. Some sarcophagi in the first chamber. One of them could work. Ready. The soul should rest in peace now.
Long live Duchessa.
Around here, it's wine, wine, and more wine. But me, I prefer brandy.
All work and no play, right, Witcher?
Oh!
Cazzo.
Come on, Roach. Just like the great beggar described it. Chapel Merton visited must be in the cave. Damn it. What's going on here? Nude women in a cave? Something's not right. They might have been hallucinations. Sure as hell fought as if they were real. Beggars here. Must be a test.
Help a poor soul. Do not avert your eyes.
Arms for the poor, sir.
Great.
이거를 써야 되나 말아나?
lot like Libioda. Impossible. Martin went to the lakeside to see the same vision relic of some sort. Look into it to the end of that. Wonder if it's a relic of some sort.
Geralti.
Run, Roach.
Stick that necklace in your bloomers. Gentlemen, we've got
Why men throw their lives away attacking an armed witcher, I'll never know. Something wrong with my face? Lake Merton wrote about. Gotta be. Nice place. Pretty as hell. Last stop.
One false move and you...
Why, Miss Deera, wenches are dearer.
You're looking well. Top form, my dear. Prepare to witness wonders at the end.
Greetings. I hope you're...
Would you craft some...
Of course.
Farewell.
Good. Greetings. I hope
this
my own lad.
Would you?
근데 드라콘이 돼가지고
you have a... Farewell.
Good.
Truthfully?
Another murder by the horrid beast! Milton the Peyrak Peyran falls victim to his own cowardice. The beast of Beauclair has struck again. You shan't find anything better in all Toussaint. Welcome.
Show me where you... So long.
No one gives a hoot about this goof.
To be honest, every last man Jacques in these parts has...
Greet.
Would you...
Of course.
Felt good.
Greet.
Would you...
Off.
Felt good.
Night. Oh, that's bad luck. Another murder by the horrid beast. Milton the Peyran falls victim to his own cowardice.
What a brute!
How might I...
Start.
As you wish.
Feels like by...
I agree.
Could use another...
I know of it. I understand.
Let's put a pin in...
Not the slight... How might I be...
Thanks.